I think I'm live. Yeah, I think I am. I'll start the video in a minute, guys. Just let me see what I'm up to, yeah? Make sure the sound's working and stuff like that. Wait for a few people to come in as well. How do I find out? That's it. Nearly there. Trying to watch it, but I can't. Right there. Oh well, we'll go anyway. Hi guys, and welcome back to On The Fence. Liverpool have just drew 0-0 with Bayern Munich in the Champions League round of 16, I think. In a pretty drab game, you know, this had all the hype going into it as probably the biggest tie in the Champions League, except for Man United and PSG, really. And, you know, both teams really failed to deliver on that. It was quite a tightly contested affair, you know, only one shot on target from either side. Sorry, my attention is just remotely on here in a minute. Yeah, both sides kind of, you know, we're trying not to get beaten away rather than, you know, on the front foot going forward, which was quite unusual for Liverpool anyway, because that's not how we play. You know, we play on the front foot. We play, you know, very, very attacking. You know, we try and, especially last season, you look how well we did in the Champions League. You know, we kill teams off in the first leg, especially because they were at home, and then the second leg would just be trying to preserve or maintain what it was we had. But this game seemed very cagey, very. It was very tactical battle. It seemed Klopp against Kovac, the Bayern Munich manager, and. Yeah, it just seemed quite cagey, like I said, and, you know, not a lot of chances either side, and a lot of the game was played in the middle of the park, and a lot of the game as well was played at the back for Bayern, so, you know, we were trying to press them at times, but, you know, they seemed to beat our press quite well, and then they'd go on the attack, but then at the same time as well, they were giving the ball away at the back a lot of times, and, you know, even though it was cagey, and even though we didn't really have a lot of chances, there were a couple real golden opportunities that we probably should have took, and on another night we would have, and we'd be 2-0 in this tie going into the Allianz. But as it is, we don't score any of our chances, little chances we get, and it's 0-0 going into the Allianz, which is going to set up a massive last 16 tie at the Allianz. It's going to be amazing. It really will, because, you know, I can see all sorts of score lines like we could in this game as well. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting for Liverpool, because in this game, we shut down their attack very well, and it's whether we can go there again and do it. You know, let's bear in mind, we didn't have Virgil van Dijk in this game, and we weren't really firing on all cylinders either. You know, as much as we had possibly, apart from Van Dijk, our first choice 11, similar to our first choice 11 anyway. And, you know, Bayern didn't really cause us any problems, and we didn't cause them problems either. So it's disappointing for both sides. You know, I think going into this game, both sides would have wanted to maybe nick a goal, and it just didn't happen. So I think Bayern Munich will be the happier of the two sides, because us being at home, you know, the ascendancy's on us, the pressure's on us to go and get the result, and, you know, we don't really do that, do we? So that's a big opportunity missed for Liverpool, and I think towards the end of the game as well, Bayern Munich were just holding the ball a bit more, and, you know, running down the clock, going down with fake injuries, and you know, the manager bringing on subs, taking off James Rodriguez for Renato Sanchez, kind of, you know, spelled that out for us. You know, we did try and go and attack, you know, we did, let's be honest, but it just wasn't to be. Bayern are a very good side from back to front. You know, they've got a fantastic goalkeeper who was formerly probably the best goalkeeper in the world. They've got world-class centre-halves, world-class players all over the pitch, let's be honest. And Bayern Munich are a top side, you know, up there with Bayern Munich, and no, they are Bayern Munich, up there with the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid, and, you know, PSGs, them kind of teams. That's where Bayern Munich are. You know, if you had to put them in a bracket, that's where they are. So for Liverpool to be disappointed at a 0-0 is a good thing, let's be honest. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll go away at the Allianz, and we'll hopefully fight, and hopefully we'll go and get a result at the Allianz Arena, because we've got to. You know, whether we finish here in 90 minutes, or, you know, goes into extra time or penalties, you know, we will get a result on the night. So I think it's 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not too sure. The commentators were saying 3 maybe, or something like that. But we will have Virgil van Dijk back. They will have Kimmich suspended, and they still won't have Thomas Muller in their side, or Ian Robben either, I don't think. So yeah, I think, like I said, that they are probably the happier of the two teams with the with the drab 0-0. So you know that kind of tells you all it does, because they were very worried about our threat, and they were constantly doubling up on Salah, doubling up on Mane, but Mane was still finding space as well, and on Firmino as well. You know, they were, I think they were a bit more worried about our threat than we were about theirs. But considering we didn't have Virgil van Dijk and we had a midfield partnership of Joel Matip and Fabinho, we dealt really well with Robert Lewandowski. I don't think his touches in the game were outside the box, maybe a couple in the box, but nothing happened, and he didn't really get any shots off. You know, he was very isolated in the game and didn't really create too much for himself either. And Bayern couldn't get the ball to him, and that's how they play. You know, as much as Bayern are like quite a good side with the build-up play, you know, they can be very direct into the feet of Lewandowski, and we just cut that off completely. So you know, well done to us for doing that as well. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to talk about in this game because it finished 0-0. No goals to talk about. There were a few dodgy decisions by the ref. There were a couple of penalty appeals that weren't, of course. The one where Sule handballs it in the box, it's not a penalty. It bounces up all over the place and then hits him on the arm. Other than that, nothing really. There was one weird decision on the halfway line. Matip gets his body in the way of the ball and Lewandowski pulls him. The ref weren't going to give a free kick, and the commentator said that Matip fouled him, but you know, getting your body in the way of the ball and the man, that's not a foul. A lot of these commentators and pundits really need to relook at the rules of football, and they need to realise that it's a contact sport and that not every piece of contact is a foul. David Budagashvili, if that's your name, I'm very sorry, but you said sorry, Liverpool. I'm guessing you're a Bayern Munich fan. You know, you've played really well, Bayern Munich. That's if you are a Bayern Munich fan. You know, you've played really well to nullify our threat. You know, I don't think we were at the races, and I think by the time it comes to the second leg, hopefully Liverpool will be back in their stride, because we've got a couple of tough games coming up. United and Everton to the ones of note, really, two big derbies for us. Let's be honest. So hopefully by the time the Allianz Arena leg comes round, we will be up to speed. You know, we will be raring to go, and hopefully our attacking threat will be a lot more poignant in this game than it was at Anfield. Yeah, that's really it. You know, it was just unfortunate for us that we couldn't just nick a goal at the end and just kind of break the heart a little bit, because they played well enough for the draw, and I don't think anyone deserved to win the game at the end. Chances were just nowhere in this game. You know, it is what it is. We're going to have these games. I think the last one I can remember is the 0-0 against Man City, who again are a top side, and we've managed to nullify their threat. They've nullified ours, so be it. I think chance still 50. Yeah, it is, mate. The chance of I'm guessing you're talking about the chance of the next leg, the second leg. Maybe it's 50-50. I think so too. To be honest, as much as they're talking about advantage Bayern Munich, I don't think that's the case, because all it takes is Liverpool to score one goal, and we have got that in us. No matter whether it's away from home or at home, we've got a goal in us at least. And if we score one, you need to score two. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is. If we go a 1-1 draw, then we go through. If it's 2-2, we go through. You know, you have to beat us on the night, or take it to pens, do you know what I mean, and beat us down. So, you know, the advantage is kind of on Liverpool, let's be honest. If Bayern Munich could have nicked an away goal, then the pressure's on us, but there's no pressure on us, really. All we have to do is sit back and, you know, because you need to come out and attack us, because you can't sit back and let us attack you, because by the off chance we get a goal, then you would have to be chasing the game. So I think Bayern Munich will be chasing the game in the second leg, so that kind of makes it a bit tasty. But I stand by me title for this video. I do think the second leg will be amazing. Hopefully it's going to be one to remember for Liverpool fans, and hopefully we're going to go through to the next round, the quarter-final of the Champions League. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel, click a like on the video if you do like it. Going to be back for the Man United game at the weekend. Might be a few more videos until then, because I want to kind of start uploading regularly onto the channel. Maybe a few different things that I might be bringing into the channel. We'll see what happens anyway. But if not, I'll see you on Sunday for the massive Premier League game against Old Trafford. No, against Manchester United at Old Trafford. That's going to be fantastic as well. Hopefully Liverpool can win that game and just keep winning to the end of the season now. Back to Premier League action, back to being top of the league, hopefully for the rest of the season. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please click a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you later. Take care. I don't even know how to click it off. I might be here for a while. I think it's this one. Yep. Bye bye.